Hello and welcome to our first episode of the Sandwich Nightly News Fall 2014. I'm Jack DeCoste.
And I'm Julia Wright. Our first feature compares Chromebooks and iPads and was completed by my team, Anthony Lambros and Alex Gavoni.
I think that for students, the best thing is the Chromebook.
Still find that the iPads are a fantastic tool for learning and they're still widely used throughout the school.
There are more iPads in the building, so there's probably a pretty good chance that we're going to have more discipline with the iPads.
For 3 years, Sandwich High School has been giving its students iPads. This year, they decided to give the incoming freshmen Google Chromebooks.
I think the Chromebook has more capacity for things.
The other has some apps that maybe the other one doesn't. I mean, they both have different purposes, but they both have similar purposes. So I like the mobility of both devices.
They're different in terms of what their strengths are. For the iPad, the strength is in the apps, what you can do on the internet using the different apps for specific subjects and things like that.
They looked at the students' ability to print from the iPad. I think they looked at the students' ability to type into the iPad. I think they looked at the students' ability to share information, and I think some of those went into the decision making. I was not part of the decision making.
For the Chromebook, their strength is their ease of use, the processing speed they have, how easy it is to type on them, and really for the word processing and Google Docs and things like that, that's the strengths that go with Google Chrome.
The pros of the iPad is that it's lighter, has more apps, a front and back camera, Track My iPad service, and iCloud. The pros for the Chromebook is its better word processing programs, longer battery life, large amount of storage, and a keyboard. The cons of the iPad are its poor battery life and charger quality, it's easily damaged, expensive repairs and replacement for equipment, and can be distracting. The cons for the Chromebook are that it has no back-facing camera, it's heavier to carry, you need a larger workspace, and it requires internet connection.
I think the intent is good, but I personally think that kids always find a way around things, and that the better approach is that we teach kids proper etiquette for iPad use, Chromebook use, technology use.
I have had, with a couple years of the iPads now, so I've been using those longer, but I'm finding that the Chromebooks are easier to have students engaged in the class and completing the assignments and things like that, so it makes it easier for me with the Chromebooks.
So in the senior mentor class, there's a lot of filming. Is that harder with the Chromebooks?
It is harder with the Chromebooks because, as far as I know, I don't think they come in with a built-in camera. So what they've been doing for video projects and things like that is using some of the seniors' iPads and other devices like phones and video cameras.
In a few years down the road, when there are no more iPads in the school, do you think they'll have to cut out video altogether from the senior mentor class?
I don't think they'd have to cut out video because there's always ways we can get video in there and there's different things we can do, so we can always make adjustments and things like that. It will be tougher, but I think that we'll be able to handle it and get through it.
In conclusion, the Chromebooks have a better word processing program, and the iPads are better for games and the internet. Teachers seem to prefer the Chromebooks, but what do you prefer?
Thank you guys, great story. It's nice to see that technology is being used in the classroom.
Yes, it is. This next story is on softball coach and English teacher Marty Russo and was completed by your team, Jack.
We did do that one. That was me, Dante Lambros, and Jack Salters. Let's take a look.
Oh, hey Dante, hello there. I'm Dante. I'm a senior at Sandwich High School. I've had Mr. Russo my sophomore year for English and my junior year for English.
My name's Jack DeCoste, and I'm also a senior at Sandwich High School. I've had Mr. Russo for 3 years, freshman year for Humanities, sophomore year for English 10, and junior year for English 11.
He's a really cool guy. You know, it was a great time having him as a teacher. He's really different. He changes things up for you, and I just had an awesome time with him.
Yeah, I basically agree with Dante. I had a lot of fun with Mr. Russo. He's a great guy, great role model, and he taught the class pretty well, actually. Has a lot of nicknames. It's a fun class, so we're do this presentation on Mr. Russo, and we hope you like it.
Enjoy.
The Roos, the best teacher ever.
I'm Dante Lambros. I was a student of Mr. Russo's last year and sophomore year, and I'm about to be here with the man, the myth, the legend, Joey Downs, point guard and former student of Mr. Russo. Joey, what was your first impression of Mr. Russo?
He's just a funny guy. It's good to get to know him. He's really into the books. He taught us well.
Yeah. What year did you have him?
Sophomore year, grade 10 honors. I sat right next to the doll, the lamb.
Yeah. He's a different guy, huh? How'd you adapt to his teaching styles?
Oh, he's much different. You know, you read the books in class, the 90-minute block, all you're doing is reading sometimes. You really got to participate a lot, take the parts of the book. You really get into the book. It's a good time.
Yeah. He has a lot of nicknames for his students. What was yours?
Oh, well, he used to think that I would zone off in class a lot, so he would think that I was imagining, like, women, so he would either call me Angelina Jolie or Candace Swanepoel. It was really weird. It's funny, though.
What was your favorite book you read with Mr. Russo?
The Catcher in the Rye, J.D. Salinger's fantastic book. Hope Caulfield, great guy.
All right, thanks, Joey.
I had Mr. Russo, 11th grade year. He was a great teacher. He really changed my perspective on English. He's actually writing my recommendation for college. He had such an impact on me. Great teacher, great guy too.
Hi, I'm here with Mr. Russo, English teacher at Sandwich High School. We're doing a feature on Mr. Russo. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you for asking.
Good, good. So what made you want to enter education?
Well, I always enjoyed reading and writing, and always got pleasure from reading books. And I always thought that the authors were so smart and so worldly, and that they had something really to teach the people who were reading. And I had developed a passion early for reading, and I wanted to transfer my passion to my students, that they not only could enjoy reading a book and traveling to different places through the book, but that they could also learn maybe a life lesson as they read.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I definitely saw that taking your classes. When did you start teaching here at Sandwich?
I started teaching here in the fall of 2002. Been here about 13 years.
Good. How was your first year like compared to how it is now?
My first year was very exciting. I had taught at Forestdale in the 8th grade, so the transition was a little bit different, but the people here were very helpful to me, showing me the routines of high school life. And also, having taught in the 8th grade, I had a lot of students here during my first year as 9th grade students, so it was nice to see familiar faces and made it a lot easier.
Good. So you have 4 different classes, is it?
Right now I have
4 different grades.
2 different grades, but I've taught every grade here during my career.
What grade would you say that your favorite is to teach?
Jack, I don't know that I'd have a certain favorite grade. I love teaching. I love all students.
Yeah.
Right now I'd say maybe the 9th or 10th is the most enjoyable, but I do love every course I taught.
Yeah, that's good. JV softball, been coaching that for a little bit, haven't you?
I've been coaching for 12 years.
Yeah. Can you give us a little rundown on how that's been going?
Well, you can see by the smile on my face, I love coaching. I've coached boys all my life, and now I'm coaching the girls. I love it. I always seem to have a nice team. The girls are always smart. They listen to you. They're polite. They're respectful. They pick up the equipment. And I just love teaching at the JV level because of the instruction involved. You know, varsity is mostly about wins and losses, and there is instruction, but it's very rewarding for a coach to instill the fundamentals in the girls. Sometimes they've never played before. You know, you have to teach them how to win with dignity, how to lose with dignity, respect for themselves, sportsmanship. But to see them learn the fundamentals, and maybe over the course of the season to help to get them to the varsity level is very rewarding. That's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah, good. So nicknames, you're kind of known for that around the school, huh? What do you, how do you come up with them?
Well, I suppose I am known for the nicknames. You know, that's a good question. I don't know that there's any theory behind it.
Yeah.
Just kind of spontaneous. I'll see somebody and something will click. And, you know, I My main concern is that the student likes the nickname, and it might just be a crazy nickname. But it's always meant to be positive and sometimes funny. And I think it helps to form a bond between the teacher and the students and the class. It kind of makes each kid special, knows the teacher is paying attention to them, and it's something that the teacher and the student have in common. And I found it very rewarding also. I think most kids like the nicknames. They actually look forward to getting them. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to get one rather than the other, but I try to do it for everybody.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing this with us.
I thank you for the interview.
Definitely.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Next feature is another teacher and coach, Brent Pearsall. It was completed by Hunter Brown, Parker Casey, and Trevor Delfino.
One of the biggest things that I think about every day is why I'm so happy with what I do is that I don't go to work every day. I go to school.
With Mr. Pearsall, my favorite quality is his positivity. He is always in the halls, very positive, have a good day. He sees positive in all different types of situations that I've had to work with him, and I think that's a great way to wake up every morning and be that positive person.
Mr. Pearsall coaches the Sandwich Golf team and the Sandwich Lacrosse team. He's won 2 state championships with the Sandwich Golf team.
He is a great coach because his heart is really about that person. As much as it's about their skill training, it's really about the student. I mean, my favorite memories are about him dealing with emergencies.
You always said this quote, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself to health and wellness.
The students by far make it special. I would say 98.6% of all the students are respectful, very intelligent, and I love the way that they treat each other and teachers and administration. I mean, it's a fantastic place to be. Here at Sandwich High School, I brought Gator Ball too, and I kind of stole that. I was on the golf course and with another phys ed teacher, and he was telling me about Gator Ball, and I stole that from him, brought it here. Nitro Ball, I took that, brought it here. I love that game. I love Gator Ball. And Ricochet. Although I tell the kids that I picked that up in Dublin, I did not. That's kind of a falsehood. I got it from another phys ed teacher. But those are the games. I love Gator Ball. I think it's fast. I love watching the kids play. I love playing that. If I was younger, I'd love to play. So for 5 or 6 years, I didn't work, and my kids would wake up every day in the summer and say, what fun thing are we doing today? And we had some great adventures as a family. Now my kids are 15 and 11, and they kind of, Dad isn't as cool as it used to be. So this summer I worked a ton.
Amazing. You know, he's my golf coach and he has 2 state titles.
What a great story, Jack. What's our next feature?
Well, this one's a little different. Jason Mullen, J.J. Ferguson, and Jake Bowman completed a social experiment. They put a wallet on the ground to see if anyone would pick it up and what they would do with it.
Wow, let's take a look.
Okay.
The plan is to drop a wallet in the hallway, set up some hidden cameras, wait inside the room, and see what happens. Bro, what are you doing? Come on. Why'd you take that? Was that yours?
No, this is my hall pass.
Alright, keep walking.
So I'm here with Tom Mathanis, one of the individuals who took the wallet for himself. Thomas, what was going through your mind when you decided, I'm gonna pick up that wallet. Did you even remotely think of bringing it to the office?
Didn't really run through my head. I just kind of thought, take the wallet and take the money.
So I'm here with Sam Page. She was one of the people who picked up the money, but she did not know what she was going to do with it. She didn't know if she was going to take the money or not. Sam, what was going through your mind? Because you were one of the people that did not have anyone around them, so you had no one to like influence you. Like what was going through your mind?
I was like thinking of what I should do, like take the money or not. So I was walking really slow.
So I'm here with Rachel Lake, who is one of the people that brought the wallet to the office. Rachel, what was going through your mind when you saw the wallet and you decided to pick it up?
Well, I was walking down the hall and then I like saw it like on the ground and I was like, oh, someone must have dropped their wallet. And then I thought, well, if I had dropped my wallet, I would want someone to like return it to me.
Right? Okay. So if you had, like, did you think that just because it was around passing time, there's people around you, did that influence your choice to bring it down to the office, or?
I mean, because there was like people around.
Yes.
Well, I did see it, and there was like money sticking out of it, and there was people around me. So obviously, if I was gonna take the money, I wouldn't have taken it right there. But once again, like I would want someone to bring my wallet down with like everything in it. I did open it to see if there was like a license, but there was just like a golfing cart in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
What's going through a person's mind when they see a wallet on the ground?
I think they're trying to decide whether it's right or wrong. They're trying to decide maybe what their benefits might be, but also if it's against the law, how they were raised. A lot of things come up right there. What is their belief system, and what is the difference between right and wrong. And obviously the right decision would be to hand in the wallet.
Why do you think some people took the money?
I think that some people might take the money because they didn't feel like there was any chance to get caught. Maybe they were caught up in the situation. I would hope that they were raised better than that.
And do you think having other people around them influence their decisions?
Absolutely. Alone in the hallway, somebody's going to act completely different than if they're being observed, especially if there's other people there. Knowing there's cameras around, it would change the way that they behave also.
All right, thank you. All in all, there were mixed results in the wallet drop social experiment. We had people pick the wallet up and take it. We had good Samaritans who returned it to the office or a teacher. And we had people blind to the fact that there was a wallet full of cash at their feet. Maybe they didn't see it, or possibly they didn't want to pick it up.
Based on results, what would you do if you found a wallet with money in it?
Probably depends on how much money was in it.
Really, Jack?
I don't know. No, you know what? No, I'd bring it down to the office.
Alright, good. I was a little worried. Our next story is about some of the sports happening this fall. Maddie Oakley, Brian McGee, and Angela Lorino completed this story. Let's go.
Bill O'Connell, the Department Chair for Phys Ed, Health, Wellness, and the Arts, as well as the head football coach here at Sandwich High School.
What do you think the benefits of playing a team sport are?
I would say cooperation and learning to work with others would probably be the main benefit versus an individual sport. They have to learn to rely on each other and count on each other.
What role do academics have in team sports?
Well, they all want to stay eligible for one thing, so I think that's a role it plays that kids know by now about the eligibility requirements at the school. And I know research has proven that student athletes do better in school than if they weren't playing a sport. So
I'm a teacher and a coach here at Sandwich High School.
Being a teacher and a coach, do you see a difference in academic performance between students who play sports and those who don't?
I'm not sure if I see a difference between the two students. However, I do see a difference during the season. Most of the time, student athletes are very focused and do complete their work during their season.
Do you think that balancing school and a sport is manageable for a freshman?
Absolutely manageable, and I think it really helps freshmen get acclimated to the school. I think that during the freshman year, especially if they play fall sport, it allows them to really embrace the whole freshman experience.
How often do people come in with concussions?
I probably get 4 to 5 concussions a week.
Do you think the injuries that you deal with affect the students academically?
Concussions do because if they're concussed, they can't focus on schoolwork. Focusing on schoolwork causes their symptoms to increase. A lot of times doctors will even tell them not to come to school, not to do schoolwork, not to look at the computer, not to look at their iPads. So if you're diagnosed with a concussion, a lot of times you can fall 2 to 3 weeks behind on schoolwork, depending on the severity of your symptoms.
I'm Amanda Parker, the varsity volleyball coach here at Sandwich High School.
Do you think when players get injured, it affects their academic performance negatively?
Well, it really all depends because we had Tessa Wood, who has a herniated disc in her back, so she actually cannot sit through classes very long, so she has to get out of class and she misses all that work. Megan Greenhall, who had a concussion, so she also missed a lot of school. She wasn't able to use technology or iPads, and that's a huge thing nowadays. And then we have Carly, who just got injured yesterday, and she has a wrist issue, but that doesn't affect her. So it really all depends.
How did you get your concussion?
Well, I was at practice, and my coach served the ball, hit me in the head.
How has your concussion affected your academics?
It has depended by my class, but I couldn't take some of the tests. I had to make up homework. I missed almost a week or week and a half. So yeah, still making up stuff.
Sounds like some successful seasons for the Blue Knight sports.
Yes, an exciting year so far. And more excitement is on the way. The Gerald DeConto Memorial Sports Complex is scheduled to be finished soon, possibly in time for the homecoming game.
Our last story is on the club fair.
On September 19th, Sandwich High School held its annual club fair in the gym. Clubs such as Student Council, the Spanish Club, International Studies, KTC, and Sandwich Soul set up tables and offered information about their clubs to prospective members. Costumes, computers, and candy created a festive atmosphere. Students from grades 9 through 12 got the chance to learn more about the clubs offered at SHS, enjoy snacks, and promote the clubs they are in, as well as explore new clubs.
So I've gone up for Ultimate Frisbee, Habitat for Humanity, I'm trying to think here, radio,
and what is Philosophy Club?
For Philosophy Club, we basically have someone write a topic. Last week we did conspiracy theories, next week we're doing hatred. And we sit in a circle for an hour, eat candy, and talk about the subject.
Do you recommend it to freshmen?
Yes, definitely. It's a great way to get involved.
Are you in any clubs currently?
I am in IS and Habitat for Humanity.
Okay, so what do you do in IS?
At IS, we represent nations and discuss current topics and stuff like that.
Okay. Do you recommend International Studies and Habitat for Humanities to other freshmen?
I do. They're really great ways to get involved and great way to meet people, great way to get into high school.
I think I like the fact that there are the clubs and the changing nature of the clubs reflect the changing interests of students. And what was most interesting to me today was I walked up to kids and I said, what club wasn't here that you would have liked? And we had a lot of requests for computer programming clubs, and we had several requests for a digital photography club. So I like watching the existing clubs, but I also try to find out what kids really are looking for in terms of what we don't have yet at SHS. So that's kind of a nice part about being here today.
The club fair was packed and vibrant throughout the block, and students seemed excited about all of their choices. Advisors filled sheets with names and gained new members, while existing members got the chance to brag about their clubs. Overall, the fair could certainly be seen as a success.
That's our story. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time for the Sandwich Nightly News.
And this is our class.
I'm Trevor Delfino.
I'm Hunter Brown.
I'm Parker Casey.
I am the notorious Big Al Gavoni.
I'm Julia the Hustler, right? @_Julia_right. #follow for follow. #not really.
That's a lot. Jack Saltis.
I'm Jason Long.
I'm Lil B, the bass god.
DJ Ramen Noodles.
And I'm Doris Berg.
I'm Angela Lorena. Maddie Oakley.
Anthony Lambros.
And Brian McGee. We'll see you next time on the Sandwich Nightly News.